guys, this is Reverend Sean again with the Center Path, and we're going to talk a little bit about karma. What do we mean by karma, or kamma if you're looking at the Pali stuff? Okay, so people think, they always say like, karma's going to come back to you. And this is a great way of rebalancing justice in the universe over time. And some say, well, the karma, the karma has to fruit and become ripe, and then you get something from it, whether good or bad. And then we start adding some other stuff on it, like, well, your karma as a past life, which I did one on past lives, we'll put it up here, which is just your life in the past, right, moment by moment. Something you did then is affecting you now. That seems very logical. Karma means cause and effect. That's really about it. But if you get into this kind of like miscombobulation of what karma is based on some yogic and some Ayurvedic or Hindu kind of ideas, through the Vedas, it talks about literal past lives. You were mean to a dog in a past life, and you'll be born as a dog in the next life to show you the lesson. But you've done well enough in past lives to become a human in this life. We're going to look at this up here. I keep referring to this as the Wheel of Samsara. We look at the Wheel of Samsara. I'll try to put a bigger one out here, something like that. The Wheel of Samsara has different parts to it, and it's the wheel of existence, basically. And you travel around the wheel of existence, from the animal realm, the hungry ghost realm, the hell realm, the human realm, the conflict realm, and the deity realm, if you will. And in that process, your karma is section by section. You do well enough in the animal realm, and you'll come out as a human eventually. And eventually, then you work harder, and you become out as a diva and all this kind of stuff. And then you get out of it like the Buddha did. There's a picture of him pointing the way out is through practice, and you end up outside of the wheel completely. You surpassed it. You've reached nirvana. But karma is action-reaction. If you go outside in the rainstorm, you'll get wet. It's almost as simple as that. You do little good things, like I start putting away a little bit of money here and there, and I work on my finances. Eventually I'll have more money. That's good karma, because of good actions, because of good understanding. And that's the whole thing we talk about with, dealing with people. We want to have compassion. We want to have wisdom and empathy. And we start to work those together, and we're skillful, which we call, skillful is a very typical word in Buddhism. We say there's skillful means and unskillful means. Skillful means you're doing something in a good way, and it's going to basically do better. If you plant an orange seed and you tend to it, and it has the conditions that are right, it's conditional, has good soil, has good weather, has good water, has good nutrients, and not too much wind or whatever, all of these different things, you're going to have an orange tree over time. And it's going to take work, because there's going to be things that come up against it. Days that are too hot, not enough water. There's going to be soil problems. Maybe there's a bug problem. Maybe there's some other kind of thing. And it's the process of tending to that. With some wisdom, we understand, we start seeing signs of different kinds of pests. We have to try to get rid of them. We see signs of, there's not enough water, we supplement water. Those are skillful means, which eventually you'll end up with an orange. Okay? It's not really magic. In that secular Buddhist sense, in that secular or pragmatic Buddhist sense, it's really basic. There's no mystery to it. There's no magic. Which I hate to say there's no magic, because there's a lot of magic. I mean, magic in like a pure, like wonderful, like wondrous and excited way. That's magic to me, which everything seems very magical at times. Mornings and flowers and birds and things like that. It's wonderful, and we understand it. We appreciate it more, right? So when we're working with this idea of karma, it doesn't mean that you did something bad in a life before you were born, necessarily. It doesn't mean that. And now you're paying for it now. And that's a Vedic, Hinduistic kind of idea, and that's what put people in the caste system. You were born into a bad family, and it's your fault. It wasn't your fault. You were just born. You know, and then it's like later on you can make some decisions based on your training, based on your situation, based on your environment, based on your culture, you know, the nature and nurture of things. Eventually you do have the opportunity, and this is the big kick. You have the opportunity, because you're human, to change it all. You know, yeah, you might have been born in an area where they have famines and war. Okay? But that's why we have things like refugees. That's why we have things like other help. Some people like bloom out of those kind of things. Some people don't. Viktor Frankl is a perfect example of this. He wrote books about being in the death camps in Nazi Germany, and really good way of perception and how you perceive things and how you make up your mind to do stuff is a very compatible to Buddhism in many ways, because you're trying to understand the situation. You're trying to like work through the confinement of the conditions, right? And how can you change the way you are to get through those kind of things? That's how karma really works. It's not about this whole past lives, things like that. And you know, you were mean to your little sister or your little brother when you were little, and somebody's going to be mean to you. Well, in literally that time makes sense. If you're mean to people and you're rude and you're unskillful in your means, and you're taking things that don't belong to you, you're saying things that are mean and incorrect, then yeah, that's going to come back at you, because people aren't going to like you. People are going to like, you know, see you as like a troublemaker, you know, and that's your choice. You know, you can, of course, people, if you're clever, and you'll try and blame other people. And this doesn't mean to totally blame everything on yourself and take all this like guilt and blame for everything. That's what karma already does. We need to see that we have an option to see it for what it is and be able to work our way out of it. And we work our way out of it by seeing it the way it is. That's part of meditation. And then we slowly, using developmental wisdom and small trial and error, we try something, it works. Okay, that keeps working. You think about it. Is that something? Are you doing something that's illegal? Seems to be working now. Eventually you end up in jail or in trouble, and you're like, well, that didn't work. That was bad karma. Yeah, you made the decisions to get there. You know, there's a lot of like little stories, and we have a lot of like justifications for each way. But the process of karma is to see cause and effect, you know, whatever that may be. If you're not paying attention when you're cutting tomatoes, you may cut your finger. That's a karmic thing. You weren't paying attention. The knife was not sharp enough, and it was slipped off the tomato or something like that. I mean, there's a lot of reasons for these kind of things. That's that's how it works, guys. I mean, do your meditations. Don't forget to subscribe down here, because I got lots more coming on this kind of stuff. Kind of hit a you know, production jet forward or whatever. We're going to be doing a lot more on different topics. I've still got the stuff coming on the cheat sheet, which you can find on the website, thecenteredpath.org. You can look there. There's a download section with this cheat sheet for basic Buddhism. It's like stripped down Buddhism, just the basics, man. You start working on that kind of stuff. Take out the esoterics, take out the magic, take out the superhuman things and the paranormal and all that kind of stuff, because that exists in your head, and you can completely be successful at life without any of those things. Okay, this is Reverend Sean. We're gonna sign off. Go to the next one. You don't forget to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment. Tell me what you think about karma. You know, how did you understand it? Did you understand it the old way? You know, it's an interesting concept. There's a lot of emotion even behind it, but we'll go from there. So this is Reverend Sean. You guys take care, and we'll talk to you later.